Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. In this today's session, I'm going to explain how can you, start your AWS certification preparation and pass the certification exam while working in a normal 10 to 6 job. That is an 8-hour job. Sometimes it's 9 hours, 10 hours. We don't know. Some private company like make a hell out of us. Okay, so give us just give some time to others so they can keep join, and I know that everyone get notified after a few seconds and then they keep joining. So let's give around 3 to 4 minutes so other people can join. In between that, thanks Marcos for being a YouTube member, and it means a lot to me. Then Piyush, okay, try to join as soon as possible. I know, in Saturday session, normally what happens that some have office hours and some don't. But since in Sunday I usually have the training session and all, that's why in Saturday I have from the last many months and years actually I maintained this time. Okay, now let's see what are they saying. It's Roshan saying thank you. Yeah, it was Roshan's idea. Actually, I was thinking what should be the topic of this Saturday. I was thinking, well, let's talk about some casual cloud talk and solve some of your queries, question might be related to cloud, DevOps, career, and all. So that's why Roshan's question that he was trying to find out a very good plan where he can follow up and maintaining a normal job and doing certification. It's somewhat take a toll. Okay, and I was no different. I was same. Even I was actually more on that because I have multiple project. I have multiple client to manage, multiple teams to manage, and still I have been able to did it. So I have that kind of plan how I did it and all. I'll be sharing with you guys. But let's welcome. Okay, Nari. Hey Nari. Rohit, hi. Dipali, hi Dipali. Manoj, hey Manoj. So now it's start. Yeah. It was just I was doing the setup. I was like adding my, I was supposed to show via the diagram and all that I'll just draw. Okay, that's why I just setting up this one. That's why it took one. Well, I think 1 minute more. That was its take, but it's okay. Hey Keshav. I think Prashant, thank you. Raghav, Avik, hi Avik. Hey Sandeep, hope you are well. Love your session, thank you, and all all of the good wishes. Okay, that's so great. Hey Robert, nice to have you here too. Hey Abhishek, Ranga. So yeah, keep joining and tell me from where you are, like India, out of India, wherever you are. Keep me telling. That will be help people to connect also. Suppose they are also from there and they will feel more connected. I think so personally. And I know most of us are like 90% of from India. That is fine, and I like it. Okay, looks like everyone joined, and let's see. Okay, it's Sudarshan from Nepal, Sharup from Kerala. That's good. Manoj from Delhi. Okay, Abhishek from Dubai. Okay, so it's like everyone from all over the world is joining, and that's great. So it's Amin from Iran. Hey Sanket. So I think yeah, it's looked like everyone joined. Now I can start the session. Now, and yeah, thank you everyone for telling me from where you are, and this makes me feel very great on that. So first of all, that what happens when you do normal 10 to 6 job or whatever the time is for a freelancer is more time actually. The people think sometimes that since you're freelance you have a lot of time, but it's the contrary. If you are a good freelancer, you must have a lot of job or opportunity. I mean, a lot of people pinging you 24/7 and all. So they also have a little less time. And now I go through like I had 2-3 years of the office life, and as well as a freelancer now. So I have both of the world knowledge, I can say. Now, what is the problem on that? I mean, you have a normal job and then you want to prepare for certification. Could be Google Cloud, could be AWS. It's just I was talking to in specific to AWS, but it could be any certification, to be honest. Now, what is that? Why is that too tough to handle all that? Because see, you are working on something, then it takes a toll. So 10 to 6 job, you have to prepare, you have to think about your job, your problem, your solution for the problems. And then once you're done with the job, then you sometimes don't have the energy to work on something, like would be not want to pay for the courses and all, because you want some time to rest. Okay, and that I believe, I mean, that is what is required these days, and I really feel that from myself also. So in that case, then how and when to prepare? I mean, weekends are there, but what happens weekend? You want to spend with your family, wife, children, maybe parents. In that case, if that time also get blocked, then how to prepare? And not only me, I actually have, I talk with Dhaval, one good friend of mine. I talk with Chirag. I talk with many more people all over the world, how they manage. Okay, while I get started, like I joined AWS group, a local Kolkata group, and one of my questions to everyone while I was talking with anyone was like, how get managed? Like I had zero certificates at that time. I was talking about 6-7 years back time, and that time I had zero certification. I have zero knowledge over AWS. To be honest, I only knew how to actually start. Not even how to start. Just someone create the easy instance. I know they will give you a SSH command to log in and all. So that is what I just did. Okay, but that was not enough. When my experience grows, my requirement grows, people started coming and say, Sandeep, you're good at development, we have no doubt, but that is not the only thing that is required. I mean, we want it to be hosted, and we want you to manage as a developer. You are a good, not just developer, JavaScript, fine, but please also host the application, because for to have another developer working and explain all the workflows, all the life cycle to another engineer is so big task. And we as a client or co-founder, whatever big position we are, we don't have time. And the time is the value and money for us also. Like we charge on per hour basis or per job basis, whatever I say, both are our income. Okay, then how I mean, the more you know about the deployment, managing the application in the cloud, the more profit you put in your bag. Remember that part. You are doing because you have, of course, professional interest and the financial interest. Both combined, that's why you're interested. Okay? No charity here. Now think about that. We are done. So for that, but while working on a client project and learning is a challenge. And to handle the challenge, you have to think about break time. How the break time works. Suppose you're working in a project for say around 2 to 3 hours. I think that is what it takes, thinking process to go up, and then the solution to coming up. Once you're done with a particular module or particular area, you have some free up time. Okay, just just up and take a water and fresh it up, and then just 30 minutes, not more than 30 minutes to 1 hour a day. That's all it required. 30 minutes to 1 hour a day, just after your initial works, or the we call it high load time. So each day we have a time called high load time, that when the meeting happens in the morning for many teams, or the initial that important conversation happen between your team members. So that is what it is, the load hour. In that load hour, I'm not talking about anything about learning new thing. That will take a toll on you, because you already have a lot of things in your mind. And if you in that time also try to learn, you will be like, what to do? I mean, first I will do job or will first learn. Don't do that. It is the time just after you're done finishing your initial work, like just say notifying your team member that you're done with this small task, do it, and they will start working on it. That time they will stop bugging you, or they will stop pinging you. They will also, they have their own work, right? That is the time. 2 to 3 after your initial start time, take some rest, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is, If you have big TVs like I have, which is fine, or that is okay. Big TVs, I mean, good thing is that you can walk, like minor walking if you want some coding and all. At that time, you can watch in your big TV. Okay, that is a good thing, because at that time you can have multitasking thing. But still, once you get used to it, it's fine. Not to worry much. Now, what is the other way? If you don't have big TV or big screens in your house, now you can simply watch in your desktop. And what you can do is, suppose I'm ping, don't continue in other tab. Pause it there. Just pause it and then reply to your important messages, or maybe some important tasks. Do it, okay? Then don't just in middle jump on the course again or your learning material. Okay, finish that one. Okay, at that time again, after 2 to 3 hours you'll have some resting time. I mean, everyone have that. In that time, you just come back and finish the module that you're learning. Suppose you are working in the first, in the daytime, immediately after the meeting done, you just finish, like finishing of your important task. Just after task done, you're starting the, say, EC2 module, or say the security IAM module, whatever it is. Learn that very well. It normally in the courses, if anyone a cloud guru or in YouTube channel, everywhere, they also take some breaks in between the topics switching. Okay, and it's normally between 10 minutes to 30 minutes, not more than that. Okay, lot of, I mean, most of the cases the contents are like that only, 10 to 30 minutes. That's fine, and that is what I'm saying. You target that, finish it, process in your mind. Just you have to not only just processing or finishing, you have to visualize it. What do I mean by the visualizing? Because the visualization part, you learn something, and if you just without visualizing you just move to the next topic, you don't learn it. You will just forget over the time. You have to visualize it, how it works. Suppose I make a networking course, which networking video recently, and in between, switching and all, uh, there I am taking a pause. I was explaining as a summary, so that in your mind it will repeat and you will have your model ready. We call it mental model. Okay, this all called mental modeling or viewing, or maybe whatever to call it. You have to make sure your mental model is very clear. After that, you process to the next step, because without understanding the current topic that you learn, if you try to move, you will forget your past whatever you learned. Okay, and that is the reason you have to stop it after, as soon as you're done with your first step. Okay, so this is how it, not, you don't have to learn continuous for 1 to 2 hours. Don't do it. I never do it personally. I will never suggest to you do it. Have 30 minutes to 1 hour, what you feel is right, what you think you're interested. Then take another 10, immediately after learning, take 10 to 20 minutes break. I will suggest that, because otherwise it will be like, immediately after learning, if you just jump to these things, then it will be like jump to work, then it will be a bit boring. Okay, that's why take 10 to 20 minutes, process or digest what you learned, then come back to work. And next day when starting, you can simply start with the new topic, or just go to the previous video and go to the end where the author talking about the summary, and just refresh that in mind what you've learned, and immediately after that just move to the next topic. That's how you learn it while working in a 10 to 6 job. You don't learn it all at once, because you don't have time, obviously. And if you try to learn everything at once in a single day, it's very problematic and very hectic. I will not ask you to do it. Just learn small portion at a day. And that's how, say, normally what courses are maximum 24 hours, or not even that, 18 hours, sometimes 30 hours. So if you give it 30 minutes to 1 hour, then within 1 month, or maybe within 2 months, that course will be covered. Okay, and that will not even take toll on your body and mind, because you did your job, then you learn in between that, and that's how you learn it. Now come to the practicing part. Okay, why? The thing is that not only learning, you have to practice also. Then when to practice? Because practice is something that will take time. And if you work on some project and again switch to your learning, or you can say learning lab, the problem is your mind get diverted and you forget where I started, what I'm gonna stop on. All that complex, like confusion becomes. So how to handle that one? One simple thing is that you have to sacrifice one day, maybe Saturday or Sunday. It's up to you. I will not say. You have to sacrifice that. I did it. Okay. So I know many people who are learning the cloud, the new technologies, Linux, whatever it is, whatever learning, or Google Cloud, whatever you're learning. You have to give one day dedicated to that. That's the main part, because not just the theoretical learning or just watching what happening, you have to try out that in practical. What I mean by practical, suppose you are learning AWS, so what you have learned the EC2 part, okay, which is good. Now what you learn throughout the week, say you learn about the EC2, maybe the EBS, that's the storage part, S3. Then combining all these services, you should do something, make a project. If you don't have the project idea, that is fine. What the instructor have shown, try to repeat the same thing in your account, okay, or your company account if you have a learning account in your company, or else in your own account. I highly say that you do it. Once you do it, now you will not never forget that part. Because if you do something, not just heard or listen or just saw sometime, if you do it once, that's, I think, 10 times you can remember more than what you didn't. Okay, so that's why, even when I work on multiple course contents and all that, when I work with lot of technologies, in that way, simply, in that way, I not just create a content for you, I also practice them, and I try to make like sample projects out of that and all. In that way, I also practice that, and it keep set in my mind. So whenever I have some any doubts, okay, I did it for that particular course or that particular session, I have that printed in my mind that way, because I practice a lot. So practice is a very effective thing. Okay, and in that case, I will tell you one more thing, that once you're done with your practicing, make a summary or note. Okay, what you've learned, what are the main points. Okay, in that way you can manage how you can like what you have learned throughout, and you can give a note of that. So while giving for a AWS examination, you can simply just revise on that, and that will be very effective. Okay, now let me show you the time division and on how it will be handled. So give me 1 minute on that. Let me start sharing the screen, but I have to create that one. Wait. I hope you guys can see it. Just a moment. Current application. Okay. Yeah, I think you guys can see it. Well, it's not the current application. It's just the sketchbook. Okay. Fine. Just confirming. Okay. Looks like you can see it. Confirm me that you can see the drop button on. And there's a message. It will be more if you don't. Yeah, I'm just trying. Some question. Let me answer that. Can you suggest good courses to crack AWS exam? I will suggest the Andrew's course. Simply go to the YouTube and search for Andrew free code camp course, and it's a full course for associate and all that you can follow up. Okay, that's a good thing actually. I like his courses. Okay, it's free and it's good. Okay, looks like everyone can see it. So now let me explain what I can stream. Say you have a day, okay, and this is suppose your course, okay. And sorry if my handwriting sucks. Okay, this is your course, and in course you have different modules. Okay, you have different chapters, modules, and all, and you have your day. Okay, say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, okay, Thursday, similarly Saturday and Sunday. Okay, so you have that days. So while working, in a day, any days, suppose could be any day, to be honest, and this is like the special days. Okay, Saturday and Sunday you don't have any work normally. Sometimes you have work in the Sunday, just like other days. Okay, in that case, I cannot tell you to like practice the practical part. Okay, but Sunday you have it, right? Sunday is universal holiday, I can say. In that time, in this Sunday, so Sunday, I will definitely suggest about practical. Okay, why not working? Sunday is practical, and all this way first for all these other timings. First 3 to 4 hours. First, you don't do work. Okay, do your work. I'm not suggesting you to do anything else. Immediately after that, after your work is done, nearly done, or maybe a pause time if you feel it, just after that, 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, this is the time you take rest. What do you want to do? Do the rest. Okay, for that time, do take rest. After that, just after that, okay, this is the time. Normally it could be your before lunch time, just 1 hour before lunch, or maybe 1 hour after lunch. That is also fine. That time, give at least 30 minutes to 1 hour. Okay, this is your study time. Okay, and how to cover it? Just say this is your starting up. Start with that particular. Okay, first, then in the next day you start with the next one. Okay, now another one. Now if you have time, that is fine, you can have both at the same day. If you have time, that's getting covered within 30 minutes to 1 hour. Else, just done. That's up to that is done. Next part, you do it on the next day. Okay, that's how you cover all the course content. Could be any course, a cloud guru, Linux Academy, or YouTube, or in Udemy. Doesn't matter, wherever the course is. All the courses have this kind of time divisions. I think maximum 30 minutes, 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Sometimes 30 minutes, which is also fine, but not more than that, I can guarantee you. Okay, that's how you cover all that. And you doing all that a theory. Okay, these are all theory. You have Theory is not enough. Theory cannot help you to pass on any exam, not in AWS or any other exams. Okay, if it's not that complicated, it's okay. But if it's a complicated exam, or it's a tough exam like AWS exam or GCP professional exam, or any associate or professional exam, the theory is not enough. Okay, you have to do some practical, and that is if you have Saturday. Okay, if you have Saturday, if Saturday is like a holiday. Okay, if it's holiday, then do at least, now the time is how much time you should do practice. To do practice based on the complexity or the things you're going to do, the time matters. Okay, it could happen within 1 hour, and it could take around 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. I don't know. Okay, based on the complexity of the problem that you are going to practice, you can get it. I work on this kind of labs. It took me around even 5 to 6 hours. Okay, and that is perfectly fine. At the end, doesn't matter how many times I failed, I make it success, I make it work. Doesn't matter I have to go to the Stack Overflow, any article reading, doesn't matter what, you have to get it done. Okay, that is if it's any, say this is holiday. Okay, do practice at least, I will say it's more than one. Okay, 1 hour. Okay, not less than 1 hour. Remember, whatever the problem, if you have like you're done with 30 minutes, try to make it even faster, try to make it in some other way. Because to a single problem, you can have multiple way to solve it, right? Find out what is the perfect or optimum, or say the best way to solve it. Okay, if you have time. If you don't have time, then okay, if you're done with this within 3 to 4 hours, 5 hours, fine. If it doesn't work, okay, if say you didn't able to do it, don't lose your heart or mind. Don't lose it. Try to, like, any practice you do, okay, in Saturday or Sunday. If you don't have say don't have holiday on Saturday, you are doing on the Sunday. I know, I will coming to another part, just give me 1 minute. So in that day, at least 3 to 5 hour. If still doesn't work out, okay, then your next part should be that error. Okay, that error part you have to investigate, not about the problem or the whole anymore. The problem fixing is your priority. So fix that problem. Okay, fix it. I know it's not looking good. Okay, that fix it. After you fix it, then you complete the entire tutorial and then move to the next part. Okay, that's how you do it. Now, this, if you don't have time, you are thinking about, like, I didn't able to do it on Sunday, should I'm going to start on next Sunday? No, that's not the thing. What you should do in between this 3 hours, okay, in this 3 hours, suppose you complete another more lesson, just you complete it sooner, okay, 30 minutes or 45 minutes, last 15 minutes you try to find that bug. Sometimes the idea of the fixing bug can while bathing and all, you can find out the idea pop up suddenly. You don't have to go out of bath and do it, but keep in mind, okay, keep in mind, then while in these hours when you are you are going to dedicate your learning time, at that time you can think about this error part, okay, and fix it, doesn't matter what. Okay, and then once you're done with, like, theory you're done and the practical done, you don't have to jump on the practical part immediately. You can again jump on the next tutorial or next lab on the next Saturday or Sunday, based on your availability. Like, I'm telling that some have work on Saturday and some don't. Like, I don't have any work on the Saturday. I do normally use Saturday for the teaching part, like I'm doing now, or recording courses, or making some article, writing article and all that, or maybe sometimes just spending time with my family, based on the what I think is priority to me. I decide on that. So again, that's same thing for you. Based on what you think priority, you can prioritize that. Maybe give time to your family first. So first, the daytime you give the time to family and all. In the night time, do the practice, or do vice versa. In the daytime or morning time, do the work. In the night time, give the time to family. Decide that to yourself, but you still have time. If you don't want to, that's a different part, but you can, and many people are doing it. I talk with a lot of people. They see, people to people, this time management varies, but everyone have time. Okay, no matter who is, like, not the no, president of any country, right? So you have time. Simply have to allocate the time a bit more thoughtful way, and then you can also do the same thing. Okay, now you are that the part I was talking, that if you can't give so 1 week, you don't have the practice for 1 week, that is fine. Just in next week, you must try to do some learning activities. Otherwise, what happen, if you keep out of touch, your brain will tell, no, that's fine, no, to what, next week. Don't keep repeating that part. The moment you have time, till your mind you're telling you that do it on next week, that's a trap. Don't fall in that trap. Okay, many people didn't even able to give the certification exam itself, because of the fear or the mind telling them give the exam next week or maybe the next month. That's why even AWS guys or the certification guys are very clever. You have maximum 3 times rescheduling. After that, you cannot reschedule. So that is the reason. Okay, so learn it, practice it well, and there's the same I have shown. Practice whenever you get time, and whenever your mind, like, you are feeling comfortable, do on that part. So yeah, Andrew Brown, that's you're saying, Nari. Okay, so let me, can you, this one question, that can you tell something on hyperplane lambda limit issue, and how can architect in PPC instead of increase lambda ENI limit? Any tips for that part? I actually have faced the same issue where I have used the external part. Okay, so what happens that architect in BPC instead of limit in a limit. Sometimes it's like no other way, you have to increase the in a limit. Otherwise, you can just for the if it's about external communication part, you can have the NAT external gateway and NAT gateway. You can replace that to just communicate. If you need some incoming addresses and all that, I mean, I don't think that you will need incoming addresses. Based on now, I need to know about the like the this issue more. So let me know more on this issue because otherwise it will be hard to tell what. So let me know what your use cases, okay? Then I can tell you what to on that part because you have multiple scenarios, right? You have to give me more info on that, okay? So let's give me more info on that, then I can tell you. So yes, Andrew Brown's course on the you can go to YouTube and search for it. It's very good course. So let's come back to my sketchbook, and that is fine. Now I hope you guys understand this here. Like what is the time? You need at least 30 minutes to 1 hour daily. Okay. And if suppose one day is missed, that is fine, but you should try to keep continue as much as possible. Okay. And after you're done with this initial certification, take around 1 week or 2 week break. That is completely fine. Do take break and then target a bigger certificate. Suppose you have done the cloud foundation certificates, could be the AWS cloud practitioner. Then take 1 week or 2 week rest and then start preparing for the associate. Similar way, if you've done the associate level, next if you're doing next associate level, take preparation, then take 1 week break, and if you're doing for the professional, take 2 to 3 week break because that is you require. And then you and that time what you can do, you can just keep listing what topics could come and do some research. That is fine, but actual training start after 1 or 2 weeks because what happens if you start everything immediately, it takes a toll on your brain. Okay, and also you need some time for yourself, to be honest, not 24 into 7 learning or all the time you work. Like some time you need for yourself. So one, after achieving a goal, reward yourself with whatever means you want. I give myself a break of say 1 or 2 weeks sometime, and that worked out pretty well. So you have to think about what could be your spot. Okay, now let me get back to the okay. I hope you guys understand it. So let me know what you what if you have any questions and all. Okay, one question is there. Okay, not question is saying KCF is better to lead science for persons who comes from retail background. If cloud, then do choose GCP as a type. That is true. I mean, you have to think about choosing a particular cloud service provider. But before that, learn the basic cloud, like what is cloud, what are the CPU, like basic, what are the instances. Normally, it happen in the cloud. You have to work with the instances, right? Let me just stop the sketchbook. It's taking my processing. Fine. Oh, I think it's okay. Okay, so normally what happens that when you work with any cloud, you have to work with like what is cloud? Ultimately, it's someone else's computer, isn't it? Where you are just renting out some their resources, could be CPU, could be memory, could be the storage part, could be the networking. What could be it's just you're utilizing someone else's resources. You have to keep that concept or idea in mind. You need to need the basics of the networking, which I'm just going to release this Wednesday in my channel. I have covered a lot of parts on there, like what is the like in networking basics, what is IP, what are the types of the networking, what are the IP types like IPv4, 6, then what is modem, router. So you need all this basic concept clear, and then you can walk in the cloud. So initial time, say starting time, first few months, if you're just starting up, you might not feel that you need to not a lot of more about the networking. But if you keep working on the complicated projects or medium level projects, there you need to learn about the networking in a depth. If you don't have the knowledge, you'll find problem while working on that. So keep in mind that part. Okay. Now I think you understand that part. In each in a week, from Monday to Friday, uh, at least 30 minutes to 1 hour. In Saturday or Sunday, it's up to your availability. Do some practice work. Okay, that's what you hear. That should be your this course preparation plan. Now, if you have any questions, you can let me know. I think I covered it a bit fast today. Okay. So yeah, feel free to let me know. Okay, so as that time the VPC knowledge coming into picture, exactly. See, while at least preparation in the associate, in the even in the foundation also, you need to know about the VPC. That is the basics. So VPC have a routing table. It have the network that accessing. It have the subnets. So the basic part you should know. Now configuring. See, when you start AWS account, by default it gives you a public VPC, the VPC default VPC ready, which have the public outside access and all. Now you can configure the security group for an instance for the inbound traffic and all. So it's more of a ready thing. But when you think when you work on very complicated project and all, in that case you will find it complicated if you don't have the in-depth knowledge in the subnet, or not in-depth knowledge about the internet gateway or the VPC endpoints and all that. That's come the problem after the initial days. So after 2 3 months of the project done, you'll find out that there's some requirements are coming up, and if you are not good enough, you will fear it. You will face a problem. You will start fearing, and start fearing is not good thing. If you start fearing, the solution is only one thing. You have to learn it and try to solve it. If you don't do it, then you will not get that up positions. So in big companies, if you go for the interview for the AWS engineers, or DevOps, or maybe solution architect, they will ask questions related to VPC, and if you don't able to answer it, then you have less chances for the job. That's why it's very important VPC part. You must make it very clear and make it understand it really well to get the job and do the works also. Okay, there is no easy way out. Now it's sort of saying, can we connect our understanding of another vendor with other? If no AWS basic, can it help in learning Azure? Definitely, because see, ultimately the names could be a bit different, but the basic underline, the basic concept, like instance, we are calling it EC2 here. In GCP, we will call it compute, right? Now the things is same. It's just cloud instance. The naming getting different. So all the clouds have different services which works exactly the same. Even in LinkedIn also, I've shared one document. If I will maybe share it again with you guys later, where I we have the side by side comparison of this. Suppose this here in storage part in Google Cloud Drive. This is the storage part in AWS. It is three, and Azure have the storage. So all this kind of comparison was there, and I have it myself. So I will just share with you guys. Okay, so no worries on that. Now another part is that uh, learn what are the basic requirements. So first, or the core services, the compute, the storage, networking, and security. These are the core services. So go to any cloud, learn all that. Okay, that's the important part. You don't have to learn all the services that particular cloud service provider providing to you. You just have to learn the core services where you are going to spend your most of the time, not the one. Like if you are a normal engineer, you don't have to do much with the AWS Meki or BBC flow logs. You don't have to work on that part. Now, if you see any problem, any issue happening in security and all, you're a security professional, then you have to jump on the BBC flow logs, right? So based on your role and all, you have to your need of the knowledge or need of to work with this particular service is you have to cover that part. Okay. So it's Roshan. Thank you. Welcome. Is Dipali. I want to learn Ansible Linux. Please suggest regarding that. So Linux and Ansible in YouTube, there are a lot of courses available. I will just share the links to you guys. Not a problem. And Ansible, I'll be covering very soon. I think just as soon as my Terraform like Terraform will have 3-4 videos, maybe 1 month or 2 months. After that, I will release the Ansible. But till then, in Udemy, you have I think less than 500 rupees as a course, which is have more than 10,000 reviews and all. You can go for that one. So I will give you that links in LinkedIn. No worries on that. Okay. So, hey Sandeep, how are you doing, man? Good. Okay. It's how important is shell scripting, shell and Python for the DevOps. Now, shell scripting, I will say, is mandatory kind of thing. Even if people say not, I will say it's mandatory, because for the deployment, for the patching, for the maintenance, a lot of reason you need shell scripting. Okay. If someone say you don't need to learn shell scripting, that's a lie. You have to learn. Okay. Okay, that is very important. So yes, Python part is optional. You need to learn at least one programming language. You can go for either Golang or Python or JavaScript, Node.js backend language. You can choose between whatever comfortable, and you have more knowledge on that part. But if you don't have knowledge in any, and you are not sure which language to target, then go for the Python. Okay, that is fine. Welcome, Sarup. It's Shushmit say just Shushmit saying that how did you manage to get rid of the nervousness when first time cleared AWS Cloud Cert? Now that's another story. I'll just tell you. So the first time, I don't know if I told you guys or not. I failed first two exams of AWS certification, both the practitioner as well as the that associate level. I failed both the exam. Now, and I was like, at the first time, I didn't study it properly. Okay, I didn't follow any course. I didn't. I was just like have some knowledge in the EC2 and all. I thought, okay, that will be enough. Let's see what happens. That kind of way. Let's see what the exam structure will be. I didn't prepare well. I didn't prepare for the question. Nothing. Okay, and that is the bad thing which I did. I know, and that's why I failed. Okay, I was nervous also at that time. Like question, 90% question, I don't know what happening. What the hell is this? So 90% of the question I don't have any idea about, because I was not prepared, obviously. And the next time I did some preparation, not followed any particular course on some YouTube content, some articles and all. That time I failed. Third time what I did, I started with the developer one, because I thought, okay, I am a developer background, so I should target the developer first. And I target the developer first, and then I just simply take a course on the A Cloud Guru, and there I prepared very well. I think I prepared for 1 month, I think, and then I go to exam with all my preparation. I did some practice question in A Cloud Guru. I did whatever possible to learn and practice as much as possible. I passed the AWS exam, very good marks. Okay, and immediately after, I think 2 weeks, I passed another one associate certification. I keep preparing, and I passed all the in that same way. I passed all the AWS associate certification as well as the practitioner also. I was like thinking, why just leave it out this practitioner level? Cleared that also. So that's why I cleared all the associate level. Then once I'm confident enough, I thought, okay, I think I have all the associate level, and that is fine. Then I can just simply go for the professional. So I didn't. Now again, I did a mistake. I didn't prepare for the professional exam. Not a bit. I thought I have learned for all the associate courses, and that is fine. That will be enough. That was a very bad mistake. I had lost, I think, 30,000 rupees, because that's profession is a costly one. So what happened? I just took only 1 week, and I was preparing here and then, watching the videos, revisioning it. Not well. I would say I was not seriously giving that. Okay, I thought I have the knowledge, and that will be enough to pass the exam. I booked for immediately after passing the CSUPs. I planned that after 1 week, I go to the exam center. I thought I'm very confident. I will clear what I have 3 level. I am enough confident to clear whatever is going to come. But the moment the questions start coming, oh my god, so tough question asked. Like one question taking me 2 minutes, how I'm going to answer all that question, and that too, that was wrong. I remember the question I got. I came back and realized. I find out that I did wrong a lot of places. I made mistake on the migration part. I did mistake on the security part. I did mistake on the storage and the VPC part. That was my mistake, because in the last you get the certification, you get what are the drawbacks and you improve it. That also I had question also, and I took a break for preparation. 1 year I didn't give any certification, not a single certification, not from anywhere. Okay, GCP I think also I've cleared while doing the associate clearation. So I did the CSUPs and the GCP maybe one day difference. Okay, that also I passed. So after that, what happens? I give I dedicated myself to learning AWS as much as possible. Complicated use case. I applied all my logic for last 1 year what I've learned, and next 1 year in my real life projects. I started accepting complicated AWS projects, simple AWS projects also sometimes if they're paying high. So yeah, so I also accepted that one. And once I keep applying the knowledge, keep applying and applying the practical knowledge I learned, I will say that was very important, because I prepared for then after 1 year, before sitting for the exam, I took 1 week preparation time for I think in most probably in the cloud would have take course for the DevOps professional exam, and that I just sit in the exam. The thing I've covered in the course, nothing came in common. Ironically, what came common was whatever I worked in the actual projects, 90% I would say came from what I have already worked on or hand-on knowledge. That's what make me pass that DevOps exam, and within few days have passed the solution architect professional exam also. That's how I did it, with the practical knowledge. That's why I always suggest not only the theoretical part. Maybe you will pass the associate level with theory and little bit more practice, but for professional exam, it's definitely you have to do a lot of practice. Otherwise, it is very hard. And not just practice, you have to apply the knowledge you have learned in the actual projects. Okay, otherwise it will be tough. Okay, I see a lot of questions. Let me cover that part. Hey Sandip, is Kishore saying? Hey Sandip, good evening. Good evening, Kishore. Waiting for the Python DevOps project if possible. Actually, I am it's still in progress. Python crash course with Cloud SDK. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm making a Python basically whatever syntax and the code you need to learn and to master to work with the cloud services of any kind, AWS, GCP, Azure in Target. How can we work on these clouds? That course I'm making. So if you go through the course, you will be capable of, if you don't have any knowledge, zero knowledge in Python, you should be able to learn the Python. That's the first, and then work with the other cloud service providers, SDKs. Okay, that course I'm making. It's, I will say, 40% completed, 60% still remaining, because I'm going a bit slow because I'm doing this networking tutorials, this Terraform tutorial, and then upcoming. So I'm doing a lot of other tutorials, right? So that's why I'm going a bit slow. Whenever getting time, finishing a bit of the Python course as well as the other tutorials. So wait a bit. Maybe I'm trying my best. Maybe in the next month's ending time, say 25, 26, around that time, I can release it. If it doesn't get completed by that time, so after 2 months you'll get it. So you have to be patient on that part. It's Chiranjeevi saying, which one you should suggest learn first, Kubernetes or AWS? Definitely AWS. Because see, Kubernetes is just like a tool or orchestration service for Docker or containerization, right? But AWS is giving you a suite of services, lot of things to learn. And like if you learn the Kubernetes, you need to learn AWS, because ultimately, not just AWS, in other cloud also support, but most cases is AWS, because they are the cloud leader and most of the projects are in AWS. They will ask you to deploy the Kubernetes in the cloud. So if you don't have the knowledge, then you have to learn the AWS from the beginning. So instead of that, if you learn the AWS first and then learn Kubernetes and deploy in the AWS, you will have better chance of getting better opportunities. Okay, so keep in mind that part. It's Parmeshwar saying that, thanks Sandip. Please do suggest some resources for shell scripting. Some tips for how can individual with zero knowledge can do automation with shell scripting. For shell scripting, I have 2 crash courses in my YouTube. You can go through that. In YouTube, you have a lot more other courses also. You can go through that. Okay. For the automation part, I have planned next month. Probably I'm going to have one automation tutorial using shell scripting. Even in I think last few videos also, some places here and there I have shown the automation part, so you can cover that. Okay. It's Sandip saying that, Sandip, can you help us the order to start to the lane in the DevOps role? For instance, AWS Azure, what tools to start with? Because most of us miss the hierarchy, which is utmost thing is. So actually, let me give you the, like, I have already covered the DevOps to AWS series, which I can definitely suggest. Go by that order and you will find it. So order is, first is the code commit, then is the code build, then is the code deploy, then is the code pipeline, and then all together. I have that for you. I will just give you just a moment. That particular just a moment. I'll give you the playlist link. You can follow the same playlist and you'll be fine. So what is that? AWS DevOps with AWS. Just simply follow the flow that I have created the videos, and you'll be able to learn it. Okay. Now let me close this tab. Okay. Next. Any upcoming session for migration from on-prem to AWS Azure? I have actually a plan for this one. Not this month. In the next month, most probably there will be one session on the cloud migration from the on-prem to for the AWS part. Azure, I have planned for this DevOps series. I think it's going to be a little bit late because the networking, I'm going to cover all about the AWS networking, right? It's this current series which will start from Wednesday is AWS networking deep dive. That will, I think, run for 2 months or 3 months. After that ends, then only I will start the Azure DevOps series. Okay. Let me go back, which I was there. A lot of questions came, so I'm going a bit slow. Thanks. Welcome, Deepali. It's Narigina saying, how much difference will it make having certification without certification while searching job? Does it highlight your profile? Please clarify. Okay. Suppose the best, I give this example everywhere. Okay. Suppose you are going for an interview, or maybe you have submitted your resume for an interview. Okay. Think about that. There are 100 people applied for the job. Suppose you have certification and other 99 don't have it. You will get the preference. Mark my words. Okay. Because this certification do is, it doesn't tell you have 100% practical experience, but it at least tell you have good theoretical knowledge. 99% cases, okay, and that is your chip. People will prefer you to take the, like, first they will in the interview, first round of interview, they will ask you to come. Then they will ask, of course, the question, and you have to answer it well. Then you'll get job, but you will get preference. Since you have certification, you will get preference. Not just that, in most cases, in certification, you have some practical and all. What you should do, you should make a record of your practicals that you are trying with the labs and in your video, okay, and try to publicize that. Okay, I highly suggest that. Maybe in the LinkedIn, maybe in the YouTube, I don't care where it is. Publicize that, so that in interviews, if the interviewer asks, "Did you did it?" See, I have that video. That is the way you can gain more kind of more points, okay, or more preference to get the job. That's how you should do it. Okay, so yeah, definitely, if you have certification, you get preference. Okay. It's Pradeep saying, for someone from testing background, Would you suggest going to AWS Cloud Associate exam? Of course. So yeah, first learn the. I will. If you have good knowledge, basic knowledge, then it's fine. Go for target associate level. If you don't have the basic knowledge, target the AWS Cloud Practitioner first. Okay. It's Nari saying that preparing for AWS Cloud Practitioner course or associate level, those syllabus covered all AWS basics. Exactly. So yeah, so all that covers the basic topics. That's right. Mainly, see, this certification target the core services, okay, not the vast, limited core services. But the professional level certification target the bigger picture, like with a lot of services in mind, develop the solution in professional level. In the associate level, with few services in mind, think of the best solution available. That's how there is the difference. Okay. So yes, in saying that, Sarup saying you have your certification, get chance of getting shortlisted. I think people will agree because that's the case. Okay. It's Vishek saying that, hello Sandeep, you hope you remember me. I requested the cost of the week. Thank you for coming with this stuff. I think it's a long time back. I remember you. Okay. uh, then saying, so it's Chandra saying that I am from networking QA background, would like to learn cloud. Can you please suggest how to start and grow in the cloud? So since your network, you have good network knowledge, you already have an advantage. I am definitely telling you because in the next networking session, which is on Wednesday, people who have networking knowledge will understand like what are the advantage they have, and who don't have networking knowledge will get all the networking knowledge in their head, and it's in a simple way. Because in my tutorials, my target is that I try to make things simplified way. Okay, I don't like complicated things, that's hard to understand. So I try to learn in a simplified way from a lot of sources, and then I try to teach that same thing in a very more simplified way since I've already learned it. Okay, that's why the sessions coming up in the networking is too good. Okay, and the article, the document that I've made is kind of your go-to document. Anytime if you have any confusion, simply open my document that I will share with you guys. Then just refer it and that's close the document. That kind of document I've made for you guys. So it's kind of surprised when you see the document on Wednesday. So yeah, for QA, start with the basic services. I will say since you have the network knowledge, some computer knowledge, you can directly target the associate certification. Okay. Prefer for that the core services EC2, then the EBS, then the secure IAM, some of the like S3, the database services like RDS. Cover these basic stuffs, and maybe the Lambda part I think also very important these days. It's coming up a lot in the exams. So that's why follow like learn that also. You can simply refer to any good courses in the Udemy or a cloud guru. They will learn it a lot. Okay. Or in the just in the saying that Andrew have awesome course from using in the free code camp channel. There you will get the full course free. You can follow that also. Can you also discuss about how to become proficient in topics which are not required in the current load by essential position job? Same way, just like for the certification preparation I told, same way, suppose you're not doing certification, you can learn this kind of thing. Simple, follow any good course like this course provider, like Udemy, you will get a good course, or maybe in the YouTube, full course also available these days. Follow that step by step. You do the same way and learn like 30 minutes or 20 minutes to 1 hour a day, and you will be able to do it. Okay. And then in the weekends, whenever say in a month, in 2 weekend or in 4 weekend, whenever you got chance and whenever you have the willingness to do it and practice it. Okay, that will help you. For example, I am AWS Cloud Engineer. How can I become a skilled GCP as well? Just the same I just talked, not anything special. Okay. Bye bye, Sandip sir. I have some meeting, which I'll be video later. Thanks. So yeah, everything is mostly covered. It's just the QS. It's fine. I will also end the session. I will cover up to the question, and I will also end the session. Okay. I have a lot of questions. I will just try to cover it quickly. So I'm trying to get job in AWS Cloud support associated, but I don't have certification. Is it impossible with certification? I will say not, because when you go to interview, you will see people have certification and they will get preference, not you. So prepare for at least associated certification. So AWS changed my life. It's great. Changed a lot of life, including me. But I mean, I became AWS Hero, right? And it was a good deal. Like people coming and learning, they just to learn from me. It worked out really great. So the process of teaching and sharing knowledge is open a new gateways, to be honest. So that's why I encourage all the people to keep sharing knowledge, keep learning and sharing the knowledge. It will increase your knowledge even further when the feedbacks from people come. Could be negative, could be possible. If negative, improve that part. If positive, that's good. That will, make you more willing to help people. So that's why you should share more. Yeah, that was a link for the DevOps with AWS series. If you want to go learn the DevOps for AWS, you can go for that. It's saying things in the that's opening. Most of us means this here. Okay, with just one certification, got job in startup, and a lot new in end up teaching professionals. This feeling in different way for me than working. I follow your research content. Thank you. Yeah, ECS content. ECS part, I am making few new more content also, more of some for members and all. But I will try to make one video for all the public. Okay. How can we join AWS or DevOps? So yeah, in the if you simply go to my YouTube channel and search for the AWS, I mean, go to playlist section, they will find the DevOps with AWS. Okay, that's it. And let's see what are the man. A lot of questions coming. I should answer this before stopping. So, how can you join AWS? That is answered. What a real qualities does a cloud architect should possess? Again, the basic things: compute, storage, cloud, and the networking, and security. Learn that. After that, the very important, which most of people forget, which is the cost. A proper cloud architect should know the cost of each and every services, not the numbers, but go to at least the price station and calculate before using the service. That's the important quality. So all that for I talked, that the compute and security storage part plus the cost part, the cloud architect should have it. Okay, that will we have live project on Azure? What happened? Looks like it stopped. Just a moment. Maybe. I know that camera. I don't know why it stopped, but that's fine. Now I think maybe that camera got heated up, so we can do on that part. So let me answer all the rest of the questions. Here we have what live projects you have Azure. So in Azure and other, I think that I will cover not immediately, but after 2 months I will cover. Then let's see the best resource to learn card certification other than official docs. I think in YouTube only you'll find a lot of more courses, so that's fine. What thing is how much time we will prepare for AWS certification? I will suggest at least 1 to 2 months is good enough to start with the preparation. Okay, it's Amisha Gag. How much time we need to prepare for the certification for developer? I think same. 1 or 2 months. If you have good experience and knowledge, then 1 month is enough. If you are just starting up, then 2 months. Okay. It's rather saying that I'm fresher and working on IBM integration bus. My team is going to move to GCP. Can you please let me know which is the best way to learn GCP? Again, learn any cloud. This is the plan. Learn each day, at least 30 minutes to 1 hour, and it's okay if you miss some days. That's fine. In the weekends, do practice. That is the way you can do it. Okay. What is good to join as a DevOps engineer in the development focused company or silent engineer? of course, DevOps engineer in the development focus job. Muhammad saying that, hi Sandeep, I have. Can you suggest me some hand-on practical DevOps projects? Moreover, are there any separate video member for your channel? So membership-based content I have recently started. So it's just one video, and then this Monday I'm going to release new video. So it will be one by one video, but yes, the videos within few months there will be a lot of more videos. And if you join, I mean, any member asks for any particular video request, I will make it within 1 or 2 weeks. So yeah, that is there. So DevOps projects and example is already available in my that section, that playlist. If you go to my DevOps AWS, I've shown a lot of examples. You can follow that. Okay. And yeah, membership special video on DevOps and all other topics also, they will be coming soon. Samisha saying, any chances of you going session for Python? It's after 1 month or 2 months, okay? Because with all that, I'm trying to achieve all that. So maybe next month end or after 2 months, okay? When the networking session get released, it's on this Wednesday. Video is already recorded, and I'm just like already done processing and uploaded in YouTube. I have scheduled it to automatically release it on Wednesday 7:30 p.m. Okay, you will get it there, and the document also will see that time. Will you cover global accelerator in networking video? This is a series of video. So this AWS networking deep dive going to have at least 10 to 20, I don't know, that much of videos. Okay. And sometime in a week, I may release two videos also, because the networking is a big topic. But in the first video, I'm going to cover the networking. What is networking? What is types? What are the types of networking? What is IP address? And what are the different type of IP address based on the class, like C class, A class, B class, that classes. Then IPv4 and IPv6. Then what is public IP, private IP, dedicated IP, shared IP, all that. And then I'm going to talk about what is router and modem, because if you are talking with networking, you should learn about like what this switch do, how this Ethernet works. That kind of knowledge you also need. That's how I'm covering that part in the networking video first, and then while going forward, I have planned to cover the global accelerator part and PPC endpoints, the end side to side, that VPN part. I'll be covering all that, but over time, not everything at once. Okay. Can you share some kind of interview question for Jin asked? I actually prepared one, but that I didn't release because I have all this content going on. Maybe in between sometime I will release this kind of interview one. Okay. So we say I'm currently working in POC with G and Cloud India. Can you suggest good material, please? Okay. So we say ping me once in the LinkedIn. Okay, I'll be sharing that. This is going to be a multi-region DS scenario. Yeah, they will be there. The DS recovery, the multi-region, how to manage the networking, how to do some deployments, because that also some networking involving there. So I'll be covering that. Video lagging, yeah, that I think that device that got overheated. That's why I moved to this camera. No issues. We can hear. Okay. Which course is best AWS SSA? I will say mainly in the that one in the Andrews course, which is good. In Udemy, there is a Cloud Guru course, which is also good. Okay. I'm a server engineer, also infra support. I want to move into DevOps. Where should I start? And the path, can you help me? I have also completed AKS course left. Yeah, but the more you need some cloud specific knowledge and open tools knowledge, go to my playlist or videos. There will find that video, the DevOps tool video. Adding more and more, and there is go to the playlist. There is DevOps with AWS. Follow that one. So I'm taking this one, and this one is the last question. They already took a lot of time. So hi Sandeep, my Wi-Fi got disconnected. Can you please tell your answer one that was about project in Azure? So yeah, I will be sharing the project on Azure and all the examples, but while doing the DevOps with Azure series, which is after 2 months. Okay. Okay, I think that is there. Yeah, subnetting. Oh my god, I'll be covering subnetting deep dive. So don't worry, subnetting will have, I think, at least 15 to 20 minutes content, which I'm going to go very deep dive on the subnetting. Okay, so don't worry. So selected. So yeah, this career growth program and as well as the that career switch program, I have prepared the list. Okay, and I'll be sending you guys email tonight. Okay, I got busy with all these things going on, but I promise to send today, so I'll be sending you today with the training plan and the starting date, so everything. So I'll be sharing it. No problem. So thank you guys for staying this long. I know it's just become a bit long session, more than 1 hour. Supposed to be 1 hour, but that's fine. Thank you for staying here. And if you have still any questions, you can simply ask in the LinkedIn, reach out to me in the LinkedIn and ask me. And say like if you face any problem or issues or queries, you can ask in any videos in my, let's see, lot of videos are already made which cover your use case. You can comment there if you don't understand, or you can ask me directly in LinkedIn, or see in the YouTube about section. I think you can find the email also. You can simply email me if you are not if you're not getting reply from me. Sometimes what happens, a lot of messages coming, this coming, that coming, so I didn't get to reply to all. In that case, you can simply send me mail. Most of the cases, 99% I reply. Okay, so no problem. So thank you everyone. Bye, have a nice weekend.